How many times in your life have you woke up with that literal pain in the neck? You didn't know exactly what to do about it, but you knew you needed relief and you needed it now. Today on the Transplant Helper, I'm going to give you one tip you can use in order to take away that stiff neck fast, so stay tuned. Hey folks, welcome to Transplant Helper. Today, my name is Jim Merle, and if you're like I am, from time to time, at least on occasion, you deal with that stiff neck. You know what I'm talking about, where that neck gets tight on one side or the other, maybe even both, and maybe it's the case like I am today. You can turn one way just fine, but turning the other way, not so much, at least not without it hurting pretty bad. And it can really be aggravating and outright dangerous, say, for example, if you're trying to go out and drive a vehicle, something like that, where you really can't get enough motion on that one side to be safe. So I'm going to give you one tip today, very simple one that will help you out and help you to take away that stiff neck almost instantly. Well, not necessarily instantly, but at least throughout the day. Today, I promise you, you'll feel much better. Now, be reminded, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a chiropractor, I'm not a physical therapist, I'm not anybody. I'm just simply a guy who's lived with a stiff neck more than one time and having some experience dealing with that. But the tip here I'm about to show you, it didn't come from me. It came from a good friend of mine who happens to be a physical therapist. This is something that he showed me in order to take away that stiff neck. Now, in showing me this, basically what he reminded me of, he said, Jim, if you want to get rid of the stiff neck, you're going to have to move your neck. Of course, my first complaint was, well, that's no problem going this way, but turning to the left, something I can't really do. So how in the world can I do that and be pain-free? Well, here's what he said. He said, grab a hand towel, and that's all this is right here, just a hand-sized towel. Grab a hand towel, go ahead and roll it up. Get it rolled up tightly, just as tight as you can, really, you know, in the hands like this. Take it and throw it around behind your neck. Now, put it in between the base of your skull up here and, of course, down on your shoulders, which naturally, if you're like I am, it's pretty much going to fall into that place anyway. Put it between those two places and give it a pretty good tug. And I don't mean by that just pull yourself forward, but give it a pretty good tug. You really got to put a little bit of pressure on this in order for it to work. And then he went on to explain to me that as you're pulling on it, putting that tension against it, you need to be putting tension either on the one side or the other, depending on which way you want to turn. Now, in my case, turning to the right, it may not be your right, but my right here on the camera is I can take and turn that way pretty easy, especially with the tension. However, when I go to turn to the left without the towel, I go about that far. But with the towel, watch this. This is pretty much awesome, okay? Put the towel back on, put the pressure up against it, and now pull to the side that's been hurting, and notice that. I can go all the way. Not only am I going all the way, I'm not feeling any pain. Now, I can't explain that. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a physical therapist. I don't know how that works, but I do know I can turn to the right, which I could do anyway, but then I can also turn just as far and easily to the left, and now pain-free. So what does this allow you to do? Well, it allows you to work that neck, to stretch those muscles, to get those muscles back where they need to be. They basically shorten is what's happened over a period of time, and you need to stretch that one side or the other back out, and this quick tip will help you do it. Not only pain-free, but help you do it in a big way. Now, here's what you need to do. Once you get that towel on, you need to do that about 10 times to the left, 10 times to the right. Work things out. Do it 3 or 4 times today, and I promise you, before you pillow your head tonight, for the most part, your neck will be all better. I hope this has helped you out in some way. If it has, how about go ahead and like, subscribe, share this program out, and I would love to hear your comments below. What do you usually do for your stiff neck? Have you ever heard of this technique? And if so, would you be willing to try it? Thank you so much for joining me today, and until next time, stay stronger, friends.